Well, it's a cold and rainy morning, but luckily we're inside today. I just have to say that I had a blast. Corey Yakin from the Orlando Magic and the team invited me out last night, and shout out to them. We're also using their facility. And when I met with one of the sales managers last night at the Orlando Magic, he said that their office and their team has been displaced, so now they're taking over the Kia Center with them. So thank you for letting us use our space for the 2 weeks that we're here for Kissimmee. I really appreciate that. You can have your spot back on January 20th.
But where the real magic is, Breon,
is right here.
It's right here for day 5 of Mecum Kissimmee. Thanks for joining us for Mecum in the Morning. Saturday, January 11th. And man,
episode 32.
Episode 32. We are rolling into, the
30s. 32 times we've sat together and just come up with great informative content for our amazing viewers.
We have, and what a day we have in store today. I think, each day Breon has been getting bigger and better, and man, Saturday today is going to be huge. We've got 377 vehicles crossing the auction block. One of them is a special Mopar, which we're going to be talking about on the show today with some very special guests.
Oh, are we?
We are.
Oh, exciting.
We have 8 collections are going to be part of that group today, and then there's 80 pieces of road art. Of course, we have quickly becoming the fan favorite Kid Zone out there. We've got drum lines.
Let's call it what it is.
Oh, the Avenger Zone.
Adventure.
I know,
not Avenger.
Is that the Avenger Zone?
It's not.
Dang it. Okay.
It's the Adventure Zone. And I do want to say, yours truly, Matt Avery, designed the Power Wheels course. Again, we named a corner after him. It's called the Avery Apex. It's a really tight uphill turn through some mulch. Hopefully the track fared well overnight in the rain. I haven't gotten to check it out yet.
I'm glad you didn't say it was an uptight.
No, an uptight.
Living up to its
Actually, that's good.
To its creator.
You just called yourself uptight.
I know I did, but I
think you've evolved in the last 10 or 11 months, and you're maybe smidge uptight still, but we're breaking those barriers.
We are.
Even your wife told me so.
Avery Apex is a tight corner, but it's a lot of fun out there. And actually, something else that's out there, which we need to do, are the photo cutouts.
Yes. So on the way in, Kayla, one of our social media gals, and I were walking, and there were, I would say they were probably in their mid-60s, early 70s, and they were posing with the cutouts. And I didn't think about it, but adults want to have fun too. They were just taking photos with each one of the cutouts. And I have to give a special shout out to Brandon Stencil from our presentation team. He did those amazing graphics for those cars, and I couldn't be more proud to have them displayed here at the Adventure Zone.
Let's also talk about some Mecum shop, because we're both sporting. You were wearing this style shirt yesterday.
I was, and I have to say that color looked better on me. I'm just joking.
I mean, that might be up for debate, but it's got a cool cart on the back, and you've got the new Spirit jersey.
I do. This is available online and in the shop. There's a big Mecum branding. I'm not going to get up because then our DP will get mad at us for messing up the camera angles. But you can go check it out online or here in the shop at the various locations. Again, we do have multiple locations for Mecum shop. So there's one located right when you would walk into the auction entrance, and then there's one located at one of the auction or the overall event entrances down in outside the tunnel. So plenty of places to shop, scoop up the event tees for sure, because that's always the best seller. But Alyssa just showed our helmet, our little mini helmet. Again, Matt, it's not DOT approved, so you can't race in it, but it's a really cool display. We've also got some Porsche apparel that we designed for the 917K that we're selling. So there's lots of new goodies to start off the new year. So go and grab something before Matt and I shop and buy it all.
Buy it all. Right.
Yeah, I think we've got quite an amount that we've already taken from the shop.
We have, and I do like the helmet. I've actually been bringing it up onto my stage conversations in the afternoon on the Mecum Midway stage.
Oh, that's a good decoration for the stage.
It has been. It's been great because I've actually had up there in particular when I've had our friends from Dodge and Radford, because it really fits in with the overall theme of going fast. Although it is not DOT, but it's a great desk accessory or garage adornment.
Yes, yes. And maybe someday we'll get a helmet partnership with Bell or Rye, if you guys are watching, and we can do a DOT approved one.
Yeah, and we'll definitely, on the first show, we'll wear helmets for that day.
We will.
For the morning show. We will. So let's coming up later in today's show, we mentioned we've got a special consignment, very cool, reimagined Challenger. We've got the guys from Modern Classics going to be joining us in just a bit. before we get there, we had another friend, one of your friends, out at the auction.
We have a long history. I've known Johnny since he was about 15.
Well, so Johnny Lewis.
Johnny Lewis.
And I think you can speak more to his he's a motorcycle racer.
Yeah, he's a professional flat track racer. When he started his career, he was in flat track, and this is back in the day before the new series. And then he went to Supermoto, Super Motard. That series kind of went away, and then he came back to the flat track series. And in my former life, I was the head of brand marketing for Royal Enfield Americas. And Royal Enfield is not historically known to be a race bike, but as we talked about in earlier episodes, our DP race for me on a women's Bill Train race series. But the pro series that we raced in, Johnny races flat track on the only Royal Enfield, but now he's retired and he manages a team. But we invited him out here because he does live local to Orlando. But there's some other cool things that we have in store for Johnny over the next month. You want to check it out?
I do. Well,
all right.
I caught up with Johnny, and we talked, of course, motorcycles. Here at Mecum Kissimmee, we've got a lot of great motorcycles crossing the block, and I'm here with Johnny Lewis, someone that's got loads of motorcycle experience, including racing experience. Johnny, fill me in a little bit on exactly what your career has entailed.
Yeah, it's 30 years of racing motorcycles. It started when I was 5 years old, and now I'm 35 and recently retired. You know, we decided to hang up the helmet, but still continue to race, manage a professional race team. I have a training facility down here in Florida and train the future talent of motorcycle racing.
When you're looking at a motorcycle, I'm guessing is the most important thing how fast it can go, or do you have some other qualities and characteristics that you like when evaluating bikes to add to your collection?
Yeah, to me, it's not always the fastest one that wins my heart over. It's you know, how you just sit and feel, how you really feel on the motorcycle, and how you can get the most out of it. You know, I always look at the brakes and the seating position, the tires, and then it kind of builds up to what performance you can get out of the motorcycle, because you can always build that up. You can always make the motor better. It's all the other stuff that you start with a good platform, and then you can build a fast motorcycle.
What was your discipline of racing?
You know, so when I started at 5 years old, I actually went motocross racing, hitting the jumps, but then I transitioned into a sport. It's kind of the oldest sport, is flat track racing, where we actually slide around the corners, go fast on the straightaway. Dabbled a couple years into Supermoto, which is 70% pavement, 30% dirt with jumps. So it's a kind of a hybrid sport. And then worked my way back into flat track. And these last couple of years, been developing race bikes for a manufacturer, and just had a love for motorcycle racing since I was 5 years old, and still doing it to this day.
We've got some great pieces, Johnny. Let's take a walk and see what catches our eye, and more importantly, your eye.
Yeah, well, let's see what you're going to get yourself onto here soon.
I don't need a bike that goes fast, but I do like some of the more classic era, I think, the 60s and 70s. Yeah. Any particular brands that you like to ride or own?
You know, growing up, I've ridden probably every motorcycle you can think of, every manufacturer, even racing professionally. I am the guy known to race almost every motorcycle out there. Leading into the last couple of years, developing motorcycles for Royal Enfield, but kind of looking forward to what's next.
When it comes to flat track racing, are there any bikes that work extremely well for that, or are there any bikes that don't work for that?
A lot of the race bikes are custom framed. It's kind of unique. You can almost start with anything that has a V-twin or parallel twin engine.
I'm seeing loads of carbon fiber and race stripes. Is this fast enough for you, Johnny?
I mean, it's definitely more performance, more road racing. Not my style, but I found something down here. It's a little bit more, not a flat track bike, but it definitely caught my eye out there.
I couldn't agree more, Johnny. This thing caught my eye, and it's caught everyone's eye.
Yeah, I want to try to get the thing sideways.
I think with your pedigree, you'd have the most success of anyone here, but you know, for movie buffs at home, they're going to recognize this as a replica of the Tron light cycle. I think it's wild how it's hubless, or at least it appears that way. What a wild creation. Johnny, this is just a small taste of what's in store for Mecum Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be at one of the largest motorcycle auctions in Vegas at the end of the month, so see you there.
And we look forward to seeing you there January 29th through February 1st.
I'm really excited that Johnny was able to join us and kind of walk you through some of the motorcycles. But what I'm more excited for is him to teach you how to flat track when we go to Vegas. So you haven't even rode a motorcycle before, and he's going to go straight to one of the hardest disciplined sports. So we'll put you in like extra bubble wrap and padding. But I know you're particularly excited about the guests that we have on the show, so I'll allow you to introduce them.
You know, I am, Breon. As both of us do, the entire Mecum team, in the months leading up to an auction, we're always looking at the consignments of what's been consigned, what's gone live on the website. And I don't know how early it was. It was early in the fall when I came across a consignment that just kind of caught my eye. It was really interesting, just because it was performance oriented, and it also harkened back to, I think, one of the most iconic Mopars. So it's a lot K139. It's a 2023 Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack that's been reimagined into a Cuda that looks like it could be in a showroom today. And so we have the guys who built it. It's a father-son team from Modern Classics. They're out of Springfield. And it's Curtis and Nathan. Thanks so much for joining us.
Wait, before they're allowed to do it.
Oh.
So like the Simpsons, they say they're from Springfield, but there's a Springfield in every state. So
There is.
Springfield.
It's not Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
So thanks, guys, for being here. And thanks also for participating yesterday. For those that were here at the auction, I had both the guys on for a couple midway stage conversations. So I know I've been caught up to speed with the build. It's got an incredible story. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Talk a little bit about where did the inspiration for the project come from?
So the project initially started with Nathan and I, and we have a third partner, Marty Willits. He's our master engineer and master fabrication and design. And he has been in this business for 40 years, super talented individual. And we all are kind of in the old Mopars. We have the 71 Cuda and some 70 Challengers. The inspiration kind of came from, we love to drive our cars, we love to take them places, and we want to, there's a lot of coordination that we want to do some trips on Route 66. And then with these older cars, you got to worry about where you park them. Is somebody going to T-bone me? Are they going to get scratches and chips and stuff? And we were thinking, boy, it sure be nice to have this old car look with the modern technology. We can have the airbags, we can have Bluetooth, GPS, all the modern goodies, 500 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower now, all those, and all the safety brakes and all those options that are just nice to have when you're driving across the country.
So a little history, just real quick. When did you get into cars, and how did you get your son into it? I love to hear the backstory.
Okay, so many years ago, my dad was a Chrysler dealer in northern Missouri. It was just a little town with a little dealership. And I was the snot-nosed kid, 13-year-old kid that was dusting off the Roadrunner Superbirds and the Dodge Daytonas and the Hemi Cudas. And I mean, what could not happen there? That was like
very dangerous.
Right. Well, I didn't get to drive them. I was just cleaning them off as they came in. I wasn't 16 yet. But that's where my love for it started. And then I later on, as I got older, I got an old Challenger convertible that was just a daily driver. I never restored it.
Yeah.
And I drove it every day for 40 years, literally. And then get married, have kids. Along comes Nathan. He says, Dad, I want to drive that car. So after a dad-provided safety test and assurance, he started driving it. And then it went from there. And eventually, he goes to college, comes out, he wants to restore it. And that's kind of where we got into the restoration of these old cars.
So how long have you guys been doing this now?
Well, together, probably 20 years. Well, if you want to go back to when he was 10.
Yeah.
I have a picture of him, both of us laying underneath my car with our feet sticking out from under the hood when he was 10.
I love
we
that.
couldn't give you that one. It's not OSHA approved.
Yeah, we don't want to do that, OSHA. Stay away.
Guys, when it came to this particular build, what were some of the key hallmarks of that original 70s Cuda that you wanted to integrate?
I like to always say it's the grill, the gills, and the bills. But that's what you get with a 71 Cuda. Not even any of the other years' Cuda. That's what really stands out, that they call it a cheese grater or kind of a shark-looking front grill.
Yeah, you can see it there in that walk around that. You guys really did a great job of encapsulating that into the car. And I think one of the other elements that stands out is that it doesn't look like you guys took a lot of those original parts and tacked them onto the modern car. You really were able to integrate them into the overall appearance. How were you able to accomplish that?
So a lot of fabrication. Again, Marty, our master designer, really worked hard to get the look We started with a modern Challenger, as we talked about. You're talking about some of those iconic. Nathan mentioned the aggressive grille. The bills are the billboards on the car that are on the quarter panels, and the gills are in front of this door. We'll see it as it pans around. So we wanted to incorporate that, but put it on a new Challenger body, as well as what we really tried to do and worked very hard at is get the look on the modern Challenger of the old Challenger, which there's 50 more years of car
Evolution.
Yeah. And tried to maintain that look all the way through modification of the fenders and quarters to bring both back to the size of the original Cuda tail panel and the original Cuda grille. So those are the original Cuda grills and tail panels. So as you can see in that picture, it's hard to get any more exact than the actual grille and tail panel. So
that is an absolute showstopper. It's amazing, and it does make you want to question, like, okay, we need to find out the details of this build. This is something that, you know, you don't understand until you read about it, and you're like, oh, I get it. Now I see everything, and I love the front grille. That just well done on the entire build. It is absolutely fantastic. Is this the first time you guys have ever sold with Mecum?
We sold a car, a sassy grass green car like this last April in Indianapolis.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you've been to our two biggest auctions.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
What went into the color selection for this vehicle?
Well, Sassy Grass was the first one, and we all liked that one. Now, it's an interesting story about this one. We like Hemi Orange, and all three of us agreed on that one. We also like Go Mango, and I told you a little side story was that the first car we did, we stayed true to the Mopar colors. And this car we wanted to modernize. There's quite a few modern Challenger owners that are interested in these cars. So we took the Hemi Orange and we added, or the Go Mango actually, and added a little bit of our own secret sauce to make the...
Don't ask, guys. He's not telling you.
And I did ask twice on stage, and but I did pitch that it should be called Spicy Go Mango.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it alternates in the light. You kind of see how the lights reflect, but in the sunlight it goes from Go Mango, and inside it goes to Hemi Orange. So we got the best of both worlds out of this color.
So if someone's coming to Kissimmee, where can they find it here, and then what day does it roll off the block?
So it rolls off the block today.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm going to stand there with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll need the support.
Yeah, I'll be there, rooting and tooting.
K139 is the lot number.
And is it already in the staging lanes?
It is not.
It's
still waiting to go over there.
Okay. And do we know where, though?
I think the tent is 11.
10 is 11. Okay,
Yeah.
10, 11. Yeah, so if you're here before it goes into staging, go check out 10, 11. But it is slated to go off the block today, so hurry up and register to bid. Are you going to buy this for me instead of the motorcycle you promised?
Possibly.
I would drive this.
Especially,
I think you should.
I do.
well, especially
he got me all excited about
the guys who built it.
Yeah.
So it is lot number K139. And I think, guys, my final question, what was it like as a father and son team to be working together and in such close quarters on such a special project?
I hope every dad has this opportunity to work with his son. It has been an amazing... Or daughter. And I do have a daughter, and she is interested in these cars. So, but this journey that we took, and we learned so many things together, I think is what was really great for me to do. Now, Nathan may have a different opinion of how fun it was, and I'll let him answer that.
There's a lot of jokes I could make right here, but I think it's really been fun going on the adventure together.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us would want to do it alone.
What's next in store for you guys?
Well, we have molds of these cars taken, and we're ready to make orders as people call for them. So
a special Bree and Matt Mecum in the morning one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that live.
We did. And we're recording. So yeah, we'll talk designs later, guys. Yeah.
And I should note too that this example crossing the block has just 534 miles. So you guys really took a brand new Challenger RT and really reimagined it. Great job, guys. Best of luck today with the sale. And speaking of the sale, Breon, let's check in about Mecum Financial. It's a great service that we offer.
It is, and a lot of people don't know that you don't have to have the cash in hand when you come to Mecum. We do have our own financing.
We sure do, and we've got a package with a little bit more about what goes into Mecum Financial.
My name is Paul Leake. I'm the head of consumer lending for Evergreen Bank, and we partner with Mecum Auctions and Mecum Finance to offer retail financing for Mecum customers that are here at the auction both here at the auction and online. What we want to try to do is help them accomplish and achieve their dreams, and that is finding that collector car, that classic that they want. And if it's beyond their reach, or if they're just looking for an alternative means of paying for the car, we offer competitive financing options for them. And being at the auction, being able to meet the customers, being able to make new friends, that's what I like most about it, is actually being able to experience it live at the auction. And you get to feel the human part of it when you're here and meeting people. And so it's a big family, it's a family atmosphere. And you know, if you're banking and making loans, this is the fun part of that business, is being here and actually meeting people and helping them achieve their financial goals. We've been doing the program now for about 4 years for a lot of lenders, but they don't take the time to educate themselves and learn about just what is a classic and what makes them a collectible. And from our perspective, you know, we came to the auction and we experienced that before we ever got into the program, to educate ourselves and know that these classics, these collectibles, not only hold their value, but oftentimes appreciate value. This is not your typical used car that you're buying where you're going to see depreciation of the vehicles. And so the first part for us was actually coming and attending the auction and meeting the team and understanding that this is a good business to be in. But a lot of lenders don't take the time to actually learn that. And that's good for us because we like being the primary partner for Mecum Finance. And we partnered with Mecum back in, I want to say, March of 2020. And it's been a great experience, and we're looking to grow the business and build on our relationship with Mecum.
Welcome back. I was telling the guys during that segment, that the guys from Modern Classic, like I really think that they created a masterpiece with that car. I can't wait to see it roll, you know, the excitement when it rolls off the block today. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make you come, and maybe we'll bring Alyssa over and, you know, record the excitement, because I think a lot of people are genuinely be excited about that car.
Yeah, I really hope. I want to see his daughter be involved in the next build. You know, I'd be curious to see, like,
we'll have to hold them accountable for that. It should be while they're designing our car.
Right.
Yeah.
That we get her involved. I like
that. And we
that.
did get that recorded, and it was live that they did say that they would do a car for us. So we're gonna catch up with you guys at Modern Classics.
We will catch up. But Mecum Financial, you know, another great package there, detailing a little bit more about how that works, Breon. I think it's so important to continue to remind people about when you come to an auction that, you know, we really have a one-stop shop to buy the car of your dreams, to get the financing for it, and then also to get it home with Mecum Auto Transport.
Yeah, and if you're new to Mecum in the Morning, my son, actually, back in July when we had our auction here, he said, Mom, I really want to buy, you know, I'm checking out some of these cars at auction, but I don't want to spend all the money I have in the bank. And I said, well, Braden, you know we have Mecum Financial Services. He went over, he applied, he was approved within, I think it was like 15 or 20 minutes, but he was able to purchase his very small Mercedes convertible through the using of the Mecum Financial Services. So again, like maybe you see your dream card, maybe you see a dream build, you know, a car that you want to restore, you know, don't be scared or hesitate to go talk to the guys at Mecum Financial Services. There's plenty of opportunities over there.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, Breon, let's remind people what we have going on today. All kinds of stuff for the family. If you're coming out to the auction, lots to see and do. I also want to encourage people to come by the Mecum Midway stage, just in the same way that I was able to connect with Nathan and Curtis through some conversations yesterday. I have 4 conversations today.
Ooh, tell us all about it, Matt.
I will.
Yeah.
So, as I said in the socialties that went out on Mecum's social channels last night, what do a half-scale hand-built semi, a Auburn Bowtail Speedster replica owned by Alice Cooper, and Malcolm Bricklin, company founder of the Bricklin Car Company from the 70s, all have in common? They're all topics for the stage today.
I'm actually more confused. Were you trying to like confuse me on air? You saw me watching yesterday. I'm a big fan of the conversations that you have on stage.
We've got a lot of great, a whole new lineup of special consignments that I've got people connected with them. So if you're coming out to the auction, you can't miss the Midway stage. It's right at the end. It's a great place because we kick off today at noon, those conversations. So it's a great place right by the food court.
And it's going to be a rootin' tootin' kind of time.
It's going to be a rootin' tootin' time. As we learned earlier, that's a thing that you
that I copied off of you from Dallas.
Absolutely.
We could pull that recording up for the future, right, Alyssa?
We can. So, well, thanks for joining us here for episode 2 of Mecum Kissimmee, Mecum in the Morning.
But episode 32.
But episode total, wherever you're watching, drop us a comment. We do look for them. If you're coming out to the auction, say hello.
I know, not one person this auction has come and say hello to us yet. I was really excited at Kansas City. Everyone was like, hey, Bree from Mecum in the Morning, where's Matt? Blah, blah. And, we've been here for 5 days and no hello yet.
Well, it could be because we are spread out over 90 football fields, 120 acres.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I know, dropping knowledge bombs left and right. But thanks for tuning in. Important note that Mecum in the Morning will be returning on Thursday. The auction will continue
the 16th.
Through then,
yeah.
But Mecum in the Morning will be back for a whole new lineup of shows next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leading up to the big day. Thanks for watching, and of course, the auction will be starting soon, and be sure to tune in to the TV coverage on Max. We'll see you next week.